They'll lynch you, but he did, and he laughs.
You are different cat. You're different kettle of fish.
Yes, everybody. Russ and the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well, my friends. I promise I will try my best not to cry today. Anyway, if you're new, Andy, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, and give it a bloody good subscribers. We are through to our first European final for over 45 years, 47 years since the last one. I'm not counting the Intertoto Cup because it doesn't really count when 3 teams win it, and there's no really any photos either. And obviously, our first major final, obviously not including the Betway Cup finals, of course, since 2006, and hopefully we'll go one better. The lads are absolutely fantastic. I say the game was atrocious. The game was awful. You know, it wasn't. It was my stomach was in knots the whole bloody game, and I'm sure yours were too. Thank you to everyone who joined me for the chat. It was great fun, and Mrs. Budden's battery's broken. My phone has not charged. Anyway, I'll see what we can do. And it was just a fantastic night, fantastic day. And I'm still on cloud 9. I don't know about you lot, but I am still on cloud 9. As McDonald's say, I'm loving it. Now you'll just get the mad rush. I've already had about 20 emails, direct messages, Facebook messages, Instagram messages saying, "Can I have a ticket?" The answer is no. I can't even get a ticket. So there we go. Let's see what we've got. Onwards. Wait, I'm trying to sort something out for Mrs. Budden. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Job done. So glad for Pablo. What a goal. Job done. Who would have thought the West Ham aggro would have been our players trying to help friends and family? I suppose they will all get fined and nothing happens to AZ. It did put a... do you know what? And I was been talking to Anton about this now. It could have put it put a damper on the initial celebrations, that's for sure. But tell you what, West Ham players, isn't it? West Ham fans look after their own, don't they? They look after their own. If you see Knowlesy, we've got his address now, so we're sending him out a signed shirt to say thank you for his service. But if you saw like Knowlesy, if you saw the way, those players dived in to protect their families, and lots of ex-players as well in that sort of box, in that block of seats, makes you proud to be West Ham fan, doesn't it? Don't condone it at all. Obviously it was horrible. It should never have happened. But tell you what, there's still a bit of West Ham in there, isn't there? Doesn't matter what people say about the move to the stadium, or we're not West Ham anymore. That bit of aggro at the end, and everyone piled in, one in and all in, just shows you that West Ham's still there, innit? A bit of West Ham. Best one was Paqueta. Gets involved. His family aren't even fucking there, but he still gets involved because he wanted to protect his teammates' families and stuff like that. That's fantastic. Good morning, Phil. Hope you're well. Can we just say we are massive, or will we we have to wait until we lift the trophy? Nothing to outmize the club, but these morons did this. They were powerless. I totally agree. And if you saw the video, they put up the flimsiest fence. Considering these guys are like the ultras, they've put up the flimsiest fence to stop them. It literally took about 2 of them to pull it down with ease. And where were the police? London Stadium, there's like one policeman for every 5 people there. So many police there. It's ridiculous. But there, just crazy. Afternoon, Luke. Afternoon, Marcus. Indeed. What have I missed? Nothing really. No one's mentioned have charged in as they have friends and families in the same way. You're totally right. They did. You're totally right. Totally right. Use a ticket. Not going to happen. Be good to open up London Stadium to watch the final. I don't think we're going to be opening up the London Stadium, but I believe obviously we will be working. There's the guys from Wake Up West Ham. Frankie put on a great night last night at the Hatley Wick. To the Colour Studio, I think it was. And so I think he's going to be doing one as well. I've seen also another company going to do a fan park. And I believe West Ham are going to be doing a fan park as well. But that's to be... and that probably will be the track outside the stadium. So, because doesn't cost 300 grand to rent, basically. Can FIFA need to revisit? What a shame, man. I was 19. It certainly does. Us and City. Isn't that annoying for the rest of the league? Well, the Italians, Serie A, have gone in each of the finals, haven't they? Inter, Fiorentina for us, and then Roma for the Europa League. Fair play. Their coefficient score has gone right up. It's gone right up. And I tell you what, us getting through means that France get another keep all their European places, because at the moment it was a bit dodgy. If Alkmaar had gone through, I think then we would have they would have lost one of their playoff places. Can we replay the moment that you got emotional? I think it resonated to many who saw a weight lifted off. Don't, Adam, you're going to get me going again. Don't, Adam, you're going to get me going again. Trying to calm down. You're going to get me going again. I think GP, I've been thinking, I think we could definitely do Fiorentina. I mean, both sides are going to be, we did early this morning, we did a sort of all you need to know about Fiorentina. Personally, out of the 4 teams, I think Alkmaar were the most informed team. They're currently 4th or 5th in the Eredivisie, whereas the likes of Fiorentina 8th and in Serie A, and I think Basel like 6th in the Swiss league. So Fiorentina, one of those teams that I call the home of the West Ham transfer rumours. So basically, everyone we've been rumoured with has seemed to have gone to Fiorentina. So their top goal scorer is Arthur Cabral, who we're linked with quite a lot. He was formerly of Basel. Jukijovic, formerly of Real Madrid, formerly of Eintracht Frankfurt, where he used to play with Sebastian Haller. We're linked with him. We've got Milenkovic, the centre back who we've been linked with, Nikola Milenkovic, and the guy who scored the winner in the 129th minute, Antoine Barak, who's a Czech Republic player, I believe. We've been linked with him, so is the home of those transfer rumours. After then, what's the best area to stand in Prague? No ticket, but still think of flying out. Mark, there will be a fans park there for West Ham. Run by the club, I believe, as well. So even if you do, I think a lot of people will be going. I mean, obviously, it's only 4,500 tickets. We know there's going to be 15,000, 20,000 West Ham fans there. So, but there will be the fan park, I'm pretty sure. And also, Ironworks Tour will do some stuff as well, no doubt. So proud of my club. I heard that we're opening up the Olympic Park. Yep, we'll be opening up. As I said, I think it's a running track out. So the other side of the. I think that's the area they're going to be looking at doing. Good to see the hand base. Honestly, just my club. I put it on Twitter. Nobes carrying the beers. Davy Moyes doing the dad dancing. There was Danny Ings throwing Scotch eggs. An Iceland prepared buffet. I love a good buffet. And as I said to you, look, there's a lot of ham there. There was a lot of ham in those sandwiches. I hope it was halal. Oh yeah, the treble for the Waps, indeed. Can we do a Roman win this next year? Get to the final. Let's just get this one. It is the best thing to happen to West Ham. 47 years, he turned West Ham into European contenders as Tower of Power. Yeah. I mean, look, regardless of what, so I'm trying to do 2 things at once. Regardless of what you think about him, the truth of the matter is David Moyes has got us to a European final. The first one since 1970 odd. And he's got to take a lot, we've got to give him a lot of credit for that. I know people might not want us to take a lot of credit for that, but we should do, because he's done it, and I just think it's fantastic. Let me play a quick little video. Let's find it. I'm going to play a quick little video. This was Martin taken just after, because Martin was at the game, of course, because he always bloody is at the game. I'm not jealous at all. Actually, I'm totally jealous. Let me just download that quickly. Can I download that? I've got to wait for it to play now. Bugger. Anyway, switched off and wait 2 seconds. What we got here? Fiorentina won't be able to handle the beast. Do you know what? It seems silly. Doing player ratings, in all honesty. it seems insignificant because we had a job to do and we did the job. It was an exciting game. It was a really nervous game. I was shitting myself. I'm sure you were shitting yourself, but we did the job and we got through. And really, that's all that matters. By the I retweeted you. I was almost balling too. Almost, John. You shed a tear, my friend. You definitely shed a tear. Their head coach is Vincenzo Italiano. And he's got looks a really fun manager. The final will be the biggest since 2006, and some here may remember the White Horse final. Do you know what? I honestly think that. I think the FA Cup was amazing, but for me, I think the biggest game was actually the playoffs in terms of money. That playoff final, that's the biggest game on paper in terms of monetary value that we'll ever get because it's worth 100 million, 150 million quid. That game, if we win it and go into the Europa League, we earn about 25 million, I think, 25 million next season, guaranteed because we go in the group stages, and that's before we play any games. We get money for draws and progression and stuff like that. So, but it's a prestige and what it can bring. And I did a big show the other day about things that's worrying me this season, and I think us getting through, potentially winning. It's crazy to think about a European trophy. That changes things for me. I think. I think it changes. And it might not be my perception, but it changes probably what will happen. We've all said, if Moisey wins European Cup, how can you sack him? How can you sack him? You can't. You genuinely can't, and so that will have a knock-on effect. Declan Rice wants to win stuff. He'll be the first one. And there's a great interview he did on BT Sport. I mean, BT Sport smashed it yesterday with all their interviews, but one with him, Joe, and Colton and Rob Van Persie, and Jules, the presenter, said to him, "So you could be part of a very illustrious group at West Ham, of only two players before who have lifted trophies, and that's Bobby Moore and Billy Bonds." And Declan held back the tears really well, thinking he could be in that bracket. In terms of in the history books, and this side now is in the history books. It's and to be and that's no mean feat. And I'm buzzing for Sunday now. I think Sunday's gonna be a great game. Probably not on the pitch, but the fans are gonna be it's really celebratory. Obviously, Big Fat Sam's going down there. We'll have I imagine someone like Fornells will probably start. And can you imagine the applause he's going to get? He's going to feel like he's 10 feet tall. When Martin says his name. Final will be a game of best defensive wins by the Italians. Yep, and plenty of dark arts there. I'm guessing Moyes is staying after last night. We don't know. Win the Cup next season, win the Europa Champions League, then the World Cup. Simples. He's a class manager. I've always said this. Safety and a final. Just so people are aware. Oh God, let me see. Just so people are aware, Fiorentina the home side and West Ham the away side. Being the purple, probably in the orange. Were at the game and they got arrested and locked up. Did they? No, they didn't. Ryan's at home. Just so people are aware, Fiorentina. Oh, you always said that. Terry the Baker's in. Extra quick. Extra quick cookie pies from Terry. Check him out on Twitter. Oh, not Twitter, TikTok. He's on Twitter, but on the old TikTok. Does a great, he's smashing it on TikTok. Close to 70,000, I reckon, now viewers now. Absolutely brilliant, Terry is. And, just shows you what hard work does. On the old Bakerway Norwich. Check Terry out. There's lots of dancing. Massive West Ham fan. We've had him on the channel before. He was gracious enough to come on during the 24-hour live stream with old Billy Horschel. And we'll get Terry on properly and have a proper chat with him soon. UEFA not happy as they wanted the two small clubs. Yep, I think they are, definitely. Okay, good. It was 11 years ago. It was today, 11 years ago. Decker singing last night with the fans was class. I tell you that, the club put the video up of Moisey saying great achievement, and you can tell that we haven't done this before because we celebrate really, really cringily. They all do this bit. What's all that? When has anyone done that to celebrate? And you just see the lack of experience, like in terms of us actually celebrating stuff. Will be good for the younger fans to see us win something. The final definitely could be. I think when Rice was on new contract, could you imagine? It was nice to see Andy Carroll. It was, and did you see the one where he says, Andy Carroll sniffed all our gear. He sniffed our gear. He sniffed all our gear, and he was recording himself. I love it. I love this club. Do you know, sometimes, and I put it on Twitter, as I said, Moyes holding Nobes holding the crate of beer. You've got Ings throwing Scotch eggs, a well-stocked Iceland buffet, Moyes dancing like your dad, Paqueta getting in a ruck which didn't involve him. Sometimes I love this club. Sometimes... Stop. No, Rush, you're going to start crying again. I think... Oh, God, where's my thing gone? Oh, God, where's my thing gone? There we go. I think we will win it. Rice was signing contract, open right. Who knows? Gary, good to see you, mate. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you are well. Anton's in the chat trying to sort himself out. Anton's going to be doing the press conference, which is taking part in about 15-20 minutes, and we'll put that out as a separate video as soon as that happens. I think it'll be a pretty fun press conference. It'll be like, well, we're in the final, but it did come back last night, so they did arrive back at London City Airport, or Stansted probably, I can't remember, one or the other, last night. So they didn't stay out drinking, despite they tried it. They tried to get Moisey to let them stay up, but they didn't, unfortunately. And he said no, they came straight back, which was great to see, because that to me is a real... Well, it shows you, actually fair play to him, because we do still have, a game. It seems a bit of an anticlimax. Reminds me a bit of when we did. Why won't they let me download that? It reminds me a bit of when we had the Sevilla game. And I remember the day after the Sevilla game, we had the under 18s or the under 23s at the stadium. So from 60,000 mental, we had like 600, and it was such an anticlimax. Mo is so happy. Top man, Ted. Top man, indeed. What a time to be a West Ham fan. With the fans, it's almost going to be our day. And Tony, right, 2 seconds. Someone else. It's her birthday. They keep sending stuff. 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
We can't have you sitting alone. I'll talk to you while Russie B's gone away, having a little chin wag with his neighbours. Buzzing. I am buzzing. I'm in the background. Man in the chat getting ready for the press conference. Russ will come back on in a second. I can't help myself. I am over the moon. I'm away with the fairies. I'm absolutely bloody buzzing. I have no words. It's ridiculous. I'm amazed. I don't care about the rest of the season. This is it. This is our time. This is our time.
I'm back. Sorry. I'd say it's been a nightmare at the moment. Let's go for some more comments. As much as I'm enjoying slagging off Carrot, it was nice to see him supporting us. Certainly was in my friend. Hopefully it's a fan zone Russ outside. So that's the plan. That's the plan I've been... what's the word? Not informed, but that's the plan I've been led to believe. So I imagine there'll be some details coming about what's happening. But as I said, keep an eye on Wake Up West Ham. Frankie did a really, he did a good one last year. He had a really good fan park last night. and I think Mad Dog Martin Allen was presenting, so that's always fun. And so keep an eye out on Wake Up West Ham on the Twitter. I think the guys at Hammers Chat are getting involved with that as well. So there'll be plenty about that, and obviously we'll be retweeting all the stuff because he's a top boy, Frankie. So and I've seen someone else having a fan park nearby in East London somewhere. That hasn't been released yet. But I think the club will be doing something, particularly with the lack of tickets available. What we got here? You're surreal happy world. Anyone who goes to the football for a fight aren't football fans, regardless of who they are. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you, my friends. It was sickening. Even the Spurs fans were rooting for us. Yes, they were. Rush, you know what it is. We are family. We certainly are, my friends. We certainly, my friends, are. I mean, Gary, I shed tears again. That Pablo interview set me off. God, to love that man. If I think about it, I start crying again. And it's just, and Mrs. Budden was like, "You were right." When I sort of came up last night from the Budden bunker after doing the show, and I said, "I'm really emotional." And she went, "Why?" And I sort of explained it to her a little bit. I think she understood it, but I think she didn't understand it at the same time. But like she cries at fucking Ted Lasso all the time, so it's a bit different. But yeah, I just see and as we said, even the stuff with the AZ hooligans, and the way the West Ham fans and the way the players responded just made you so proud to be West Ham, and it's really weird, but it just did. He absolutely did. We can't be speak on that. They're fighting fans with. We had that all fighting about fighting fans with Hobbit. We certainly did. Can't wait for the atmosphere. Indeed, we're definitely going to do that. We're definitely going to be playing that. I'm definitely going to try and play Cotton Eye Joe on Sunday when they do, because we'll do our lap of appreciation as we always do at the end of the game, I would imagine. So I'll try and play Cotton Eye Joe during that. But they only know that they only know this. I don't know, where did you come from? Where did you go? Well, no, it's Cotton Eye Joe. Love it. Aaron Cresswell's here. Nice to see you. Although Cresswell has 2 S's, but obviously, you're a Scouser, mate. You can't, you mispronunciate your words sometimes. You've just landed with the lads. That's good because you actually landed last night, so don't worry about that. What we got here? For you should know, dead air is a crime. It certainly is. It certainly is. And I do apologise, but I had to just do that. Yes, Ken, nice to see you, man. I haven't seen you for a while. Yes, looked like you were very, very tired, my friend. Very tired, and hope you had a good time. Hope you had a good time. I saw your posts, and well done, mate. Well done. It's not easy, mate, getting out there, and I appreciate it for you as well. So congrats. And it's guys. Obviously, there was a whole bunch of people there. There was a whole bunch of people. When we had Rich, we had Jake's dad on the channel. Got us demonetized. Told you he fucking would. Told you he would, but he managed to sort that out. Clip that little bit of music out. Idiot. For someone whose son does YouTube, you think you would have been a bit more wise to it. But anyway, I looked after Mrs. Cox for him as always. Terry, you epitomise us as all fans. I think we all do, mate. Honestly, I've never seen Charlie so on Hammers Chat so animated. He's never animated, and you can see what it meant to him as well, and just seeing, a lot of people, Dan, and, I had a great time watching all the, and I'm hoping something like Fan Reactions United, the YouTube channel. It's a really good YouTube channel, and they haven't done one for the West Ham lot yet from yesterday. They did the Newcastle game. I'd love them if they did the West Ham one. It was so nice, and you can see all the reactions in one thing. Obviously, we clipped our little bit out of Pablo scoring, and me crying, or starting to. But then I think I started crying about 5 minutes afterwards, like when the game had finished, just thinking about things, just thinking about what we've been through as a fan base for so long. It's we've had a lot of false dawns in our time. We've had a lot of situations where it hasn't quite worked out. We've been relegated or changing the managers, and this period we're in, regardless of what you think about it, statistically is, in my time, the greatest, well, apart from say in the Premier League era, our most consistent period in our history. Apart from this year, obviously, but a sixth, a seventh, probably a 14th, 15th this season, but 2 successive European semi-finals, and obviously now a European final. But now, and after that, when the dust settles, then it's what next? But let's just enjoy it now. And we've said it. I mean, I've seen, fair play to Nick at Clout and Booze, not even considering discussing about anything to do with Moyes or anything like that. I know there's a massive wave of people who want him gone. But at the end of the day now, it's not about that. That's the end of the season. Until now, we're all West Ham fans. We all get together. We'll stay behind the team, stay behind, whoever's in the dugout. And then we can have that discussion at the end of the season. That's what I want to do. We can finish above Chelsea. Can we? Wow, fantastic. Look forward to hearing plans the fan zone can understand. Resting a lot for Leicester, but so many for Leeds. I think you'll have half and half of a side for tomorrow, for Sunday. I think Leicester will be quite lucky because I reckon we'll do a Brentford against them. Massive limbs in the Netherlands when Palo scored. Nice to see Brandon. Back in FB days, I had to go to New Bar, where Andy Carroll got on the gear. He started the New Bar in Loughton, one of my old areas of haunts. James with points and numbers. I like that. Number 1. Nobes and Rice trying to avoid saying he's leaving. True. 2. Shame Andy Carroll couldn't be that friendly with the fans when he was playing. 3. We are effing massive. Interesting thing about Nobes, particularly Rice. He kept on saying, and it's like, you can look at this. But we had that interview at BT Sport. He was saying things like, "Oh, it'd be the perfect cherry on the cake. It'd be the perfect end. Be the perfect, topping to a season." It was almost like it's a perfect end to my West Ham career. That's what it sounded like. But look, I'm not worried about that yet. There should be a fan park in England, women at Trafalgar Square. I don't think it'll be at Trafalgar Square, mate, but it'll probably be around Stratford. And Pablo did sing again. West Ham are massive. Any Hammers near Reading, there was a good 40 or so in the walkabout there last night. Great atmosphere. We'll be back there for the final. Cheers, beers and tears. Happy tears indeed, Tom. Hope you're well, buddy. I just saw on Twitter the Dubai Hammers looked like a great night there. They had the bubble machines and everything. I'll be there for the Leicester game, boys. They've already extended the invitation to me to go and watch the Leicester game with them. So I'm really looking forward to that. Mrs. Budden and Florence will come along as well. And we'll probably do a live link up for the Leicester game from the watch along and go out. So that'd be good fun. But yeah, and it seemed all over the place, mate. Wasn't that the same idiots let fire? Probably. That worked well. Marlon standing on the seats after it all happened. Do you know what I mean? After it happened. That's what I said. And I messaged you with, why'd you get involved after it all calms down a bit? Russ will have to win for Pablo's wedding. It's 3 days after. It'll be magical. Also, the twins will be there. The twins should be born before then. Anyway, people slagging off this trophy would realise it's equivalent to the Cup Winners' Cup. Yep. Hope he's going to make a fit for his final. Well, he is training. He could make the bench, maybe. I don't think he'll start, but he could be. Could be. I'm in Newbury. Might come down if I get a ticket there. Gary, sorted. Meet up with Tom. Gary and Tom, both lovely blokes. I've met them separately, and you get on like a house on fire. Pablo needs a statue for his commitment to West Ham. I can't explain how much I've been smiling. I know I've been the same, mate. I've been literally, and I've had work meeting today, and everyone's been saying, "Oh, well done to West Ham." As I said, I had my old boss from 2 companies ago messaged me and said, well done, West Ham. And I was like, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's when you're obviously everyone knows I'm a West Ham fan, and usually they don't bother to conversate with me about West Ham, but it was lovely. Give it a few years and people will be dying. Yeah, it's only his second year. Might dance if we beat Leeds. Well, if you see he's dancing, actually ridiculous. I'm in Swindon, but used to live in Reading. So sometimes pop there for games I can't get a ticket for. Good man. Bet Spurs, and we were all really pissed off today. Spurs, look, were all my Spurs fans were proper happy. No doubt Spurs will do their best not to qualify. Saw a video of the players sing. Well, they sing the Cotton Eye Joe bit, and that's it. They don't know the rest. Well done, thank you, Simon. Had friends in the stand when the fan. He did. Didn't watch the watch long. Bet Anton wet his pants and 4-0 scored. He didn't, because Anton wasn't there. I was there, crying my eyes out. Smashed a like indeed. 4-0 was almost as emotional as Yama's goal. The club is everything. Great shout, Tez. That's a great shout, mate. West Ham don't do thumbs up well indeed. We are massive. Blimey, Russ, your beard is about 4 different colours. Pete, it's gone a lot grey. Went a lot grey yesterday. Definitely went a lot grey yesterday. Did a great piece on us at the 12. Usually they are slating us, as I know the head of is a Spurs fan. That's something else that's been delivered. We finished 6th. Right, Kev, you're certainly right, my friend. We did. Everyone talks about that, but it was that year in isolation, really, because we always went down the following year, and we always go down this season before as well. I can't imagine how smashed I'm going to be in the 7th. It's nice to see fans of so many clubs being genuinely happy. Yeah, definitely, because despite what we say, we are a lot of clubs' second team. Got a fan base, we are. Just got home. The gross was definitely 40, definitely, and we did get demonetized. Rich, just saying, Mr. Cox's yeah, indeed. But it's all right. We sorted it all out. Having a good trip. Yeah, it looked like a great trip. What gives? I keep missing when's the next show all the time. He's on all the time. Jake is. What we got? Let's go through. Scott, I hope you're well. I'm gonna have to go in a minute, but anyway, yeah, I've had messages with I haven't spoken to for years. Totally, I'm the same as well. What we got here? Why was Ross not a DJ in Amsterdam? Because I'm too busy doing watch longs for you guys. That's it. Rumor has it the West Ham squad played it's called West Ham song. Got a picture of Deck celebrating his goal. Nice, excellent. Nice to see Adam. Very good. Good to be in the final, but I mean, Fiorentina a step above. And again, go back and check out, who are you, Fiorentina? We did this morning. Good players. Not great in the league this year. Very consistent this league, but they've got some very good players who a one-off game can turn it on. You've got Arthur Cabral. Again, all players would be linked to Luka Jovic. They've got Nikola Milenkovic at the back. They've got Antony Barak, who would be linked with as well. So they've got some good players. Gonzalez, he scored 2 last night, and on a one-off game, it's going to be a tough game, really tough game. And being a cup game, being a one-off game, we've got to go for it. You have to go for it. I'm really confident against Fiorentina. I couldn't tell you why. Indeed, Lulu's happy. Did you see celebrating? Indeed, even before he'd even take the shot. So happy for the final. Hope you say well and win it. Indeed, Russ. I just said watch. He'll say check on Chef. Sorry. Hello, Scott. Check on Chef. Sorry. It's okay. We're going to win. Merry Christmas to Ven, indeed. Right, I'm gonna have to go, peeps, because I've got to go. But we'll have loads of stuff coming up today, as per usual. We've got Anton's gonna be doing the press conference, which takes place roughly about now. So that'll be with us probably the next hour and a half or so. Tonight. Let's watch Irish Tommy. What's he going to do? What's he going to moan about? We're in the night, we're in the final of the Europa Conference League. He's going to be doing a show. It's worth watching it just to see him smile. So just watch him just to smile. I think it's called something like 90 minutes till glory, 90 minutes from glory. So it's going to be an incredibly upbeat show. So if you and it can't not be. I mean, apart from if you're Luke's probably Luke's the even Nick's not grumpy today. So we must have done something right, peeps. Must have done something right. No, ladders. It seems silly doing any ratings, doesn't it? It seems silly doing it. I'm going to give everyone a score. Everyone has a good score. Man of the match from yesterday, Kurt Zuma. I thought Kurt Zuma was superb yesterday. I thought him and Laguerre played very, very well together. But I'd give it a little bit more to Kurt because he seemed to put his body on the line. I thought Souček played really well, just breaking up play. I thought Kira looked a little bit out of sorts. Bowen had a poor game first half. Second half was a lot better. Ben Rama was in and out. Antonio was very good, I thought, as a focal point. Declan Rice was Declan Rice. Paqueta was Paqueta. Aaron Cresswell played all right. Ariola's distribution wasn't really great, but, I don't care. We got through, innit? We got through. Do you think the club will wear a special final to cash in on us fans' euphoria? I'm sure they'll do a limited edition one of that orange kicks. That's what we're playing, I think, won't we? Because we're the away team. Everyone a 10 except Antonio. Random 9's 10. Oh, aren't you generous today, James? Aren't you generous? Right, peeps. I'm going to have to shoot. As I said, if you're new around here, thanks for joining us. We're over 16,000 subscribers, which is fantastic. And obviously, same as everyone else's channel, it blew up last night because everyone was really happy, which was lovely to see. But if you give it a cheeky like, that really helps us out. Comments, become a channel member and support the channel that way. We've got a lot of good content coming out next few days and the next couple of weeks as well. Some good ex-Hammer interviews, hopefully a couple of decent celebrity Hammer interviews coming up. And a lot more from Anton, a lot from Holly as well. So all good in the hoods. Do it, do it, do it, do it, as Anton would say. So that's it. So take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, my friends. Come on, you irons. And we'll see you guys very, very soon. Much love. Bye-bye.